All right. It's on recording now, so we can get started. And yeah. So what we're going to be talking about this night is the introduction of project management. The first thing is to understand what project management is all about. I've managed projects, different types of projects from different angles, different industries, from different methodologies, and project management is project management. And there is key thing in project management, whichever methodology you are trying to use, whichever company, what they want to understand is that you manage this project to achieve a particular goal objective. And this project you manage this project on time, and you manage this project on budget, and you manage this project at an agreed requirement or deliverable or standard or quality. So that's project management. So as I welcome all of you to this session will be providing us the overview of project management, its significance in various industries, the concepts and the roles involved. It's all about successful project execution. So we're not going to waste so much time about definition, different school of thought, different textbooks, different methodology have been given their definition from different angles. So, but we are way past that level now. This is an executive class. So, simple definition, the project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirement. It involves initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling project activities to achieve specific goals within a defined constraint. What is constraint? Within a scope. That is another word for constraint. Within a defined scope. The scope can be within a defined budget. That is constraint. Another constraint can be agreed time. Another constraint can be agreed requirement. If we say we are going to develop mobile application, then what is the constraint? What is the scope? We can say this mobile application is going to be only Android version. We are not going to develop iOS. So this is a scope. So when you're developing a mobile application, you are developing Android version, and you are equally going ahead to develop version for iPhone, and it's not part of the scope. We call it scope creep. You are going out of scope. So in a simple definition, this is all about it's about managing with projects within a specific scope and achieving a specific goal and objective. Simple. That's project management. If you can get it that way, good and fine. We're not writing an exam to start painting things. So just get it that way. Then we need to understand the importance of project management. Why is project management is so important from the beginning, and even now it's becoming more important now. So why is it so important? Project management plays crucial role in ensuring successful delivery of projects across various industries. If you come to organization, everything they are doing is projects. Projects from every angle. Is even if it's not IT, it's all about delivering projects. And why so many organizations, why so many of them are not progressing, is because they are wasting their resources. because they don't know how to manage projects. A project that is supposed to take 3 months, they will do it in 1 year. That is wasting organizational resources, and before you know it, the company will go bankrupt and everybody will go home because they don't know how to manage projects. So let's look at the importance, how it helps organizations achieve their objectives. Number one is ensuring that project goals are clearly defined and aligned with organizational objectives. If you don't plan your project, for instance, an organization now, you want to procure a CRM system for your marketing and sales department, and it's not well defined, you will go to the market and you will know the kind of CRM system you are going to get for your organization. It's going to take time because you have millions of CRM systems in the market. So you must define your goal, objective. What is this CRM system is going to help us achieve before you even start this project? So it helps us to define goals and aligning this with the organizational objectives. These are main important of project management. Optimizing the allocation of the resources to maximize efficiency and minimize cost. If you don't know how to allocate resources, you are going to just waste the resources you have. So it's very good as a project management professional or a project manager. Number one is you must be a pro in resource allocation. If you are given 10,000 pounds to manage a project, you must know how to use that resources. Most time they will tell you this want to implement this particular solution with 10,000 pounds and in 6 months. It's left for you as a project manager to look at that 10,000 pounds. How can that 10,000 pounds help me to manage this project from beginning to the end? It's from that 10,000 pounds you need to get set the table, scaffold everything, hire the necessary professionals like BAs, developers, everybody within that 10,000 pounds. So you must plan very well and allocate these resources very well. If you don't allocate these resources very well, there are chances that you will finish that 10,000 pounds before the delivery of that project. So it will help you to maximize the way you allocate your resources and minimize costs. You always get a bonus when you know how to minimize costs, saving costs for the organization. They love people that help them save costs. So if you are a good project manager, all of us know that in our household, when your husband give you 50,000 to go to market and you come back and you give your husband 10,000 back, that you instead of using 50,000, you spend 40,000. You are going to be a very lovely sweetheart, you know. So that is importance of project management. So just the way we manage our home, that's the way we manage projects. So it helps us to facilitating effective communication and collaboration among project stakeholders. So if you are a good project manager, you should know how to facilitate communication and collaboration. As you can see here, this course, this bootcamp is a big project, very big project. With this bootcamp, you can see the way I'm connecting IT professionals in 36 states of Nigeria, including Abuja. You know, you see, that is effective collaboration. And we are not fighting in a very small gathering, a very small community. We break it down into states. You know, we are communicating. So if you are not a good project manager, it's not going to be possible for me to do this. I can manage a project. I can be taking this project. I have other projects in my office I'm working on. I have my family as a project, and I'm organizing all these things very seamlessly without anybody shouting at me or me shouting at anybody. Everybody is smiling because there is effective collaboration. There is effective team building, bonding. And this is the way you manage your stakeholders. But some people, they cannot manage stakeholders or a project where you have up to 5 people. You find out there is chaos, people fighting, nothing is working. Just 10 people, you cannot, because you're not a project manager. You don't have the skills. But I can manage so many, no matter the size of this is no longer, this is a program. The program is where you manage so many projects. Every state here is a big project, but some people cannot do it. But you can, if you are watching the one doing things, you will learn. I started by putting up the communication strategy together. And you can see I finished setting up the collaborative platform before we kickstart this program. If I didn't set it up and we start this, you find out that everybody will be complaining, nothing is going to work. You see that even if we want to have the skills to teach, but I didn't have the skill to manage the group, it becomes a failed project. But from the beginning, you can see this is a big success. And we are starting because it's the way I structured and the way I'm managing this project through effective communication and collaboration. So mitigating risk and addressing challenges proactively to minimize disruption. You know, before we start this program, during the induction meeting, we tested a lot of things, and we find out that the one we are using already cannot contain more people, is going to be very disruptive, is going to be very challenging. We quickly navigated. That is a risk. We navigated and upgraded. And now we get a very comfortable class where everybody is relaxing. Some of you are now relaxing in your living room, sipping champagne and taking executive class. Is because we're able to manage and mitigate some of the risk. Then another important area in project management is providing structured approach to project execution, leading to improve project outcome and customer satisfaction. Every project you are executing is to come out with satisfaction from the customers, satisfaction from the stakeholders, everybody, every party involved. And we need to be happy. So if you can provide this structured approach to execute a project, then everybody will be happy. But if you don't have these project management skills, you can't do that. So if you have a good project management skills, all these items listed down here, you should be able to handle a project and achieve all these. That's the importance of project management. It will help you to achieve all these objectives while managing a project, because you are a project manager. But if you're not a project manager, it's going to be very challenging. You know, like what I'm doing here is not easy, but because I've been managing countless of projects, you know, executing projects, I've seen challenges. So when I'm managing it, you think that it's easy. But it's now easy because I'm a project manager. And if you are learning from me, you are going to become as effective or even better than I do. Then let's look at some of the key concepts and terminologies in project management. There are some concepts, some terminologies you need to understand before you start anything about project management. And all these are things you need to be, like in our place, call them jargons or even slang, or there are some words you need to be using as a project manager. There are some things that should stick into your head as a project manager, because you need to be talking about them all the time. These are some names we cannot do without in project management. And number one is project. What is project? Project management, project is project methodology. What is the project? So you need to know what project is in a very simple statement, not going to look at different textbooks to understand what is project. You need to understand it in a very simple term. And even if your daughter say, daddy or mommy, what is project? You can just say project is . So project is a temporary endeavor undertaking to create a unique product, service or result. So unique endeavor is temporary because project is not forever. Every project must have a timeline. So that's why we say that it's temporary. And you need to create a unique product. Out of every project, you must create a unique product, you must, or service. If it's not a product or service, or a result, something positive must come out of it. If you decide that you are going to make a pot of soup, you must end up coming out with something, very unique. If it's a banga soup you want to make, it must come out good, that people eating it will be smiling. In the dining, everybody will be smiling, all the children, everybody will be happy. But if you, after cooking a banga soup and everybody is crying pepper, oh, salt, this and that, you are not a good project manager because you didn't plan very well. So a project must be unique, it must be temporary, and it must produce a positive result. At times we have failed projects, but let us be positive. Then we'll talk about project management. Project management is an application. Try to understand the difference between projects and project management. So project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activity to meet project requirements. So it's application of skills and techniques and strategy. You put all these things together within the project to meet the project requirements. Then we have what we call triple constraint. The triple primary factors that constrain a project. If I notice that you are the person that are trying to destroy this class, you are not only going to be out of this class, but out of this program. Believe me. So if you cannot mute yourself, I can even stop this class for today in order to make sure that I punish you. So we have triple constraints in projects. The triple constraint here is time, cost, and scope. Like I said earlier, these are the key areas you need to focus in project management. That's why you call it triple constraint. Every project revolves around this triple constraint, this triple area. So a good project manager will be working on a triangular equilibrium. This triangular equilibrium should be from time to cost, and from cost to scope. So time is within a timeline of that project. You cannot exceed the timeline as a good project manager. You cannot exceed the cost. You cannot go out of scope. That is the triple. So that is the major thing you should be, focusing as a good project manager. Another concept and terminology is stakeholder. These are the big men. You must understand who are the stakeholders in your project. And all these stakeholders, they must be happy. Stakeholders are individuals or group who have interest in the project or are impacted by the outcome of the project. The people that initiated the project are the stakeholders. Those the people that hired you, they are project sponsors. The people that are working within the process we are working on, they are stakeholders. The customers that will use the product or services, they are stakeholders as well. The team members working on trying to execute this project, they are stakeholders as well. As a project manager, you must make sure that all these people are happy. Then we'll have the project manager. The project manager is the leader, is the chairman in every project. He drives the project. He's accountable for every activity in that project. If the project goes down, he takes the blame. If the project becomes a good, a positive, he takes the credit with the team. So the project manager here are the individuals responsible for leading the project team and ensuring the successful delivery of the project objectives. So these are three key terms you need to understand very well as a project manager. You need to understand all these terminologies and concepts, and then you can see, yeah, I'm becoming a project manager gradually and beginning to understand the concept of project management. So it doesn't end there. You need to understand some other, in project we have so many roles. So we need to understand roles in project management. In a project, we have roles. Some people play roles, different roles in a project. So if you're in a project, you must understand where do you belong in this project. Successful project execution requires diverse team with defined roles and responsibilities. These are things we are going to do in detail to understand how to define roles. If you are starting a project, one of the things I always ask you to do is define roles and responsibilities using RACI metrics or stakeholder analysis, but we are coming to that. So in project management, the first role we have here is the project manager. We say project manager because the project manager is the leader of the project, responsible for overall planning, execution, and delivery. So you are in charge. Then we'll have project team members, individuals with specific skills, expertise assigned to work on various project types. In project, more especially IT projects, which we are going to be part of, we have what we call cross-functional team. That's what we are going to be working with, cross-functional team. We call it cross-functional because we have different types of professionals coming in. We have a project manager, we have a business analysts, we have developers, we have testers, we have design, different people coming to work on one project and deliver. So we call them, these are what we call project team members. They're all project team members, and everybody is working under project manager. So as a project manager, you need to be very influential, but we're coming to that. So we have other members called stakeholders, not After team members, not only those team members, these are actual people working on, but we'll have stakeholders, people who have interest in that project. So stakeholders here are individuals or group affected by the project or with an interest in its outcome, such as a client, a sponsor, or end user. If a client hire us to do something, deliver a project for him or her, or the company, the person will call the person a client. The sponsor is the person that is sponsoring that particular project. If you come in an organization, you can be working on a project. It can be an internal project that you are not working for any client. But within the organization, you have sponsors. It could be in marketing, a marketing manager requesting for a CRM system. So the marketing manager is now the sponsor. So he has now done the due diligence and tried to convince the other part of the management so that the department will have a CRM system to work with. So whoever initiated that idea is the sponsor. We'll call the person the sponsor. Then we'll have end users. End users are the people that are going to use the outcome of that particular project. So, Valentine,
Off, please.
I'm taking note of your name, and because of this, you are going to bear the consequence. So, we have sponsors. Project sponsors here are individuals or group who provide financial resources and support for the project, often at a senior management level. So these are sponsors within the organization. So many of us get confused when we talk about client and sponsor. So a client can be an outsider that our company is providing projects or trying to execute projects for. But a sponsor is within the organization, could be the financial or marketing manager or finance manager. The person must be at senior management level. So these are various roles within a project management or within a project. So if you are doing a project, if you are in a project, these are the people you must be looking out for to meet. So if you said you are a project manager and you don't know the stakeholders in the project, you are not a project manager or you've not started. You must know your team very well. You must know your team structure very well as a project manager. So these are various roles in project management. So we need to, understand. These are basic rules. As at this point, we'll let us, because we are just at the introductory level in project management. When we advance to project management methodologies, then we'll look at different roles in a particular methodology, because we've come to, these are majorly roles within waterfall methodology. But when we talk about agile methodology, we are coming to that, but let me just give a brief explanation of that. When we are coming to environment called agile methodology, we have a team called Scrum team. And within that Scrum team, we have the Scrum Master. Scrum Master here serves as the project manager. Then we have product owner. The product owner is the kind of the sponsor or the leader. Then we have developers. Developers here are a team or development team. They are a team. What we call here is a project team. these are the people we call developers in agile project management or in Scrum. We call them development team or call them developers. So they are cross-functional team. So, and stakeholders as well. So these are as you can see here, this is mainly, we capture this from waterfall. But when we go to agile methodology, the names here will start changing. You see the project manager will disappear. If you go to agile, some people will become confused. What is Scrum Master? Does it mean that project manager is not in a Scrum? Or what is happening here? It's just a name. You know, so many like the methodology, they try to use different names. If you go to Prince 2, they want to use their own different name. Everybody wants to use different, but everything is for you to have a basic understanding. Once you know have the basic understanding of project rules or project structure, if you find yourself in different environments, you will still survive. Knowing that a project manager is Scrum Master, it's still the same. So these are various roles. So I try to quickly capture agile environment so that you won't get confused. Because as I'm explaining it, some people who have got some experience might even start struggling. What is it talking about? Does it mean that Scrum Master is not part of project management role? So we're coming to, when we get to methodologies, different types of project management. So we'll talk about space fix. Then we'll have professional career roles in project management. Now you can see these are roles, just roles within a project. But outside that, we'll have career roles in project management. And this is where some of you might become so interested that when I finish, you know, the question some of you will always be asking me is, Charles, so when I finish as a project, when I finish this project management boot camp now, what kind of job will I be applying? What are the opportunities? And this is time for me to explain it for you at this introductory level so that you know what you are going in, opportunities there for you. So the project management encompasses a wide range of profession and roles, each contributing to the successful initiation, planning, execution, and closure of projects across various industries and sectors. So these professional roles or careers are listed below. We start from project manager. We already talked about project manager, but let's give it another shot. So project manager is responsible for overseeing the entire project life cycle from initiating to closure. So we have different stages in project life cycle, like initiation, execution, planning, closure. All this we are coming to life cycle later. So the project manager is responsible for all the activities within the entire life cycle from initiate to closure, ensuring that the project objectives are met on time. You can see we're always talking about time, on budget, and according to quality and the standard. This covers scopes. They lead the project team, develop project plan. You can see what project manager does, allocate resources, manage risk, and communicate with stakeholders. These are your key functions. If you all this, like I now I've mentioned here, if you can just grasp it. Sorry, this is the key things you need to understand. And these are, you must do this. It's a must. You must develop a plan, a project plan. You must allocate resources. You must manage risk. You must communicate with stakeholders. So when you are learning, you must pay attention to understand how to develop a project plan. So it's something all of you are going to do. I cannot teach a project management class without you producing a project plan. For me, is a key. So you must know how to develop a project plan individually, not as a group, allocate resources, manage risk, communicate with stakeholders. So you must understand techniques and tools used in doing this. Once you understand the techniques of producing a project plan and the tool to do that. Techniques and tools are two different things. You know, don't get yourself confused. So you must know how to combine techniques and tools to produce a plan, combine techniques and tools to allocate resources, combine techniques and tools to manage risk, and combine techniques and tools to communicate with stakeholders. This, once you can do this, you are a project manager. Then you have project coordinator. The project coordinator assists project manager in coordinating project activities, managing schedules, tracking progress, communicating with team members and stakeholders. They may also be responsible in administrative tasks such as documentation and reporting. So most people, this is where you are going to be starting. The easiest way for you to start after this is to start as a project coordinator. If you've not had any experience before, this is, we call it a junior project manager. So you start from coordinator, where you'll be assisting the project manager in managing various activities within the project. So many of my students, they get this role so easily, and there are so many of them out there for you to grab. So many of them, you can even be working from Nigeria, doing this job, getting good money, and yeah, so this is project coordinator. Then we have project scheduler. Project scheduler is responsible for developing, maintaining project schedule, timeline, milestone, and scheduling software or tools like Microsoft Project or Primavera. Some people have been asking me about Primavera. So they also ensure that project activities are sequenced logically, resources are allocated effectively, and critical parts are identified to meet the project deadline. This project scheduler, at times they call it project planner, call it scheduler or planner. They are the same thing. They are equally in the same capacity with this project coordinator. So these two people are in the same capacity. Then we'll have business analyst. Before I talk about business analyst, let me look at who is trying to distort our class. Mary. It's very, very bad that some of you cannot, even in public, you cannot conduct yourself very well. Too bad. Anya, I wonder why you can't conduct Anya blessing. I'm writing names down so that when I'll be throwing people out, people will not start saying, Charles, you are mean, you don't want people. I'm a very mean person. So we'll talk about projects, business analyst. When we talk about business analyst is a good project manager. So if you are a business analyst, you are a project manager. You work within project environment. Everything you do is all about projects. Although you are not the project manager, but you work within the project. So in project management, business analyst comes here very well. So who is the business analyst? A business analyst works closely with stakeholders to identify project requirements, gather and analyze data, and develop business cases or project charter. They
Stella, please.
Uzechi, you are leaving this not just class but this program, believe me, so that I'm trying to use some people as scapegoats. Stella, Uzechi, and Daniel Blessing. Somebody should put them down. I'm taking my decision to take these people down so that I can leave. I don't want people that can never be serious with their life. So we have a business analyst. Business analysts work closely with the stakeholders to identify requirements, gather and analyze data, develop business cases or project charter. They translate business need into project objectives, scopes, deliverable, ensure alignment with organizational goals and objectives. Like I said, business analysts, these are the midfielders in a project. They are everywhere. They are doing a lot of things. So as the project manager is the leader, let me give you a scenario. In a bus, the project manager is the bus driver, and the business analyst here is the conductor, making sure that everybody collecting money, doing a lot of job activities. So, but the project manager will be, focused, making sure that this is driving the project. So these are two key people in a project. So you must understand these two very well. They are very key. You see, project coordinator and project scheduler, they are project managers, but they are smaller project manager. But business analyst is on his own. He's not a junior project manager. A business analyst is a business analyst. So we can have senior business analysts. We can't have a senior project coordinator. So if you become a senior project coordinator, it means you are a project manager. There is no senior project coordinator or senior project scheduler. These are junior roles to project manager. So, but business analyst, you are on your own lane. You become, we have a junior business analyst, we have a mid business analyst, we have a senior business analyst, we have a consult. When you become a senior, that's at a consultancy level. So you work with project manager. It's your duty to capture the requirement. You work a lot with the stakeholders, trying to understand what they need, the requirement. So you are the person that tries to analyze problems in the organization and find solutions. So that is your own duty as a business analyst. You analyze the challenges organizations are having, and you advise organization on the best approach to solve that problem, either by implementing a solution or any other way. But this is your duty, analyzing and ensuring. And when you suggest or advise the organization about a solution and they buy in the idea to implement a solution, then you work with the project manager to deliver that solution. So both of you work, business analysts and project managers, to be best of friends. In a small project, you can see a project manager working as a business analyst. You do the job of a business analyst and you do the job of a project manager. So I've done that a lot, working as we call it hybrid, working as a project manager, as a business. So a business analyst is equally a good project manager. So we have the next item here is a risk manager. Risk manager, most of it depends on the size of the organization. We don't really have them, so many of them, because in many cases, project manager does this. But some bigger organizations where they want high level of professionalization, will they have risk manager. So risk manager identify, assess, and manage risk throughout the project's life cycle, developing risk management plan, strategies, and mitigating measures to minimize impact of potential threats or uncertainties on the project's success. They analyze risk factors, prioritize risk, and monitor risk triggers to implement timely intervention. In most cases, project managers does this. But in a situation where there is no maybe bigger organization, then we can have them. But I consider them as project managers as well, most of the time. Then we have a QA, quality assurance people. Quality assurance manager ensures that the project deliverable meets quality standard. They are regarded as auditors. They audit what is going on within the project and make sure that the deliverables meet quality standard and customer expectation by developing quality management plan. So they develop quality management plan, conducting quality audit. Like I said earlier, they are auditors, and implementing quality control measures. They monitor project success, identify areas of improvement, and implement corrections, actions to enhance the project qualities and performance. You can call them testers as well, because they test to make sure that, yeah, the project is within the standard. It means the agreed standard. You know, in a Scrum, we call what we call when we develop user stories, we have acceptance criteria to measure the user story. So this quality assurance, they use acceptance, the term acceptance criteria, that every project is meeting the acceptance criteria. So that is what these people does. So in other words, they are called testers. So if they say QA, no, and you are a tester, no, they are talking to you. So they are quality. In so many cases where we don't have these QAs, the business analyst does their role. So they are equally regarded as business analysts. You as a business analyst, you do all this because you do testing where there is no QA. Just like a project manager become the risk manager as well. But in a bigger organization, we have them. But in a smaller organization where they are trying to save costs, business analyst does the job of a QA, and the project manager does the job of a risk manager. Then we have change management specialist. This change management specialist, like I said, business analyst does this work as well in a bigger organization, in a smaller organization. But when you have big organization where they want to have a high level of professionalism, they have change management specialists. These change management specialists facilitate organizational change initiative related to project implementation by assessing change impact, developing change management plan. So what we see here is assessing the change impact. When every project you are bringing or solution you are bringing is about to bring a change. When you implement a solution for an organization, it means that things will not remain the same. You implement solution because you want things to be better. So, and it's bringing about change. So they try to assess the impact of this change. In some organizations, it's very difficult to implement a solution because you want to bring a change, they will say, no, we are comfortable with where we are. We don't want any change. And that is a very big problem that is happening in so many organizations. Like in Nigeria, all of us are Nigeria. That is the major thing that is, killing us as a nation. Because you find out that they don't want change. Everybody wants to remain the way they are. And that is what they call, people don't want to move away from their comfort zone. And change is not coming. So change managers, they are the people that try to assess the impact of change, develop change management plan, engage stakeholders to ensure smooth transition. And there's what we call buy-in. Buy-in is where the change managers try to convince stakeholders to align with the changes. You try to talk to them, all the stakeholders, into buying into the change. If it's a new government that is coming, you can use a change manager. Like some of these politicians, if they are very good, they need to have change managers trying to talk to people about buying the changes they want to bring. If you are bringing any solution, these are the change managers having various sessions, having kind of sensitization. You sensitize the people working within a particular process for a long time, and you see somebody using a particular technology for a long time, maybe, let me say, using a particular CRM system for 20 years. They become professional. Everything they know is about that CRM system. You come tomorrow, you tell them you want to migrate from this particular CRM system to another CRM system they don't know how to use. It means that everything they've learned over the years, for 20 years, is going to go down the drain. They are going to start all over again to start learning this. These are the people that will resist. We call it resistance to change. They will say no. And some of these people, you can't push them around because some of these people, they've been in the organization for years. They have paid their dues. You can't just come from nowhere because you're a business analyst and tell them you want to bring this solution. It's not going to happen. And this is where the business analysts, this is where we business analysts, we have challenges. If you don't have change management skills, you will find that this is a serious barrier for you to cross. But if you are a good change manager, all you need to do is apply change management techniques. You try to buy them in. You try to explain things to them that values, benefits they are going to drive from the current changes you are bringing, from the new solution you are bringing, trying to convince them that you are going to train them, you are going to bring good trainers, you are going to do this to them for them to support you. This is what we call change management buy-in. You try to buy them in. These are stakeholders. You have to woo them to join you. If you don't do that, they will make things difficult for you. At the end of the day, you might not even succeed in achieving the change you try. So change management is a big topic in project management. And that's why companies, instead of leaving everything to business analysts, they does a lot. Instead of leaving everything for business analysts, they decide to bring change managers that will be very specialized in this change management. So before any solution or any change is coming, you find out that the change managers are already out there trying to sensitize, having workshops, talking to people, buying people in for support. Okay, let's talk about project management officer. We call them PMO, project management officers. In some places, project managers does this as well, But this is a distinct role from project managers. They are not project manager. They are project management officer, not manager. So the PMO manager oversees the management office, which provide governance, support, oversight for project management practices and standard within the organization. So if they set, every organization have their own standard for managing projects, and you can have up to 20 project managers working on different projects. Then we'll have another office called Project Management Office or Project Management Officers. This Project Management Office provides project managers must follow. They provide documentation, templates. Some companies want their documentation to be in a certain manner. They want you to use certain template for your project deliverable. Some will tell you, in this project, any workshop, anything you want to do, we want you to use slide. This is what we want. And the customized slide that have company logo. This is what you cannot just come and start using your own slide. But you see me, I'm using a Word document for this lesson. Some company will say we don't want it, but me, I want it because you see the way I'm working on this is very flexible for me. I can highlight any area. I can do it anyhow. I can tweak it. I can. So this is why I prefer using like this. But some companies don't want it that way. So these are where the project management officers come in. You must abide by the organizational standard when it comes to project management. They serve a kind of, we see them as project management auditors to establish and maintain project management methodologies. If they said we are going to use agile methodology, these people make sure you use agile methodology. Some of them, like when you come to project, we have so many tools you can use for your project plan. We have a Microsoft project. Then we have Project Labor. Some people will say, no, you must use Microsoft projects. Some will say you can use it, but some of them will say these are the tools you are going to use. They will say business analyst, you have to use Visio, and this is what the organization wants to use. Some people will say, I want to use Lucid Charts. No, you have to use, these are the people that make sure that you use a particular tools. You have to do things in a certain way. They have tools, they have processes, and provide guidance and support to project managers and team to ensure consistency and alignment with the organizational goals and objective. It's a very big office. So many companies are beginning to build this office. It's still growing, but it's now in existence. And a lot of people are even going to do a special training to become a project management officer. All these have their own specific boot camp on their own. So these are have a specific boot camp on just becoming a project management officer. But if you understand project management very well, from this you can, any of these roles you can do you can do it very well, except business analyst, which you need special. That's why we have another. I always create it in business analysis and project management. So, but with this, you can become any of project manager, project scheduler, or project manager, project planner, or project scheduler, risk manager, quality assurance. Quality assurance, you need to either become a business analyst before you can be a quality assurance, or you do a specific quality assurance manager training But change management, we're equally having a special change management specialist training. But project management office or project management officer or manager, with this particular training, you can excel in this role as well. So this is what we have for tonight. So, and I provide some resources. This is a starting. So if you want to know more about project management, we have institute, call it PMI. So they have their own certification, different things, and we have International Project Management Association. There's a lot of resources there, or there is a textbook called Project Management Body of Knowledge in conjunction with PMI. So this is a global standard in project management. So in summary, project management is critical discipline that drives success in organizations across all industries. By understanding the fundamentals, key concepts, rules, you will be better equipped to navigate the complexities of project execution, deliver successful outcome. Stay tuned to our next session. Our next session is going to be on understanding project management fundamental. But we are stopping this class tonight. So the next class will be on this. So if you have any question now, based on what we've had, starting from within this introductory level, I can take your question. So you can bring your question now. I'm ready to take questions from you. And no thank you for all the people that are trying to become nuisance here. So now it's time for us to have some feedback. Any feedback, any question before we call it a night?
Okay, Charles, thank you so much. It was a good one, and I appreciate how you flow on the picture. There is area I want to get more clarification as a project manager. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Example is we concluded one project on a community hall, just for you to understand the area I'm going. And when we started,
I don't want story. Just go straight because we don't have time, because we're trying to tell us the long story here.
Okay, sorry.
Just go straight to challenges there.
Okay, the challenges is this: the level of inflation in terms of costing. Along the way, we met high level of inflation on the way, and most of the costs or the costs we laid them earlier on, they all changed, and a kind of more 30% upward. So in this situation, let's say as a professional, how do you gonna navigate it?
There's what we call exceptional circumstances in project management.
Yeah.
So when such a situation arises, as a project manager, you just write to the stakeholders stating the exceptional circumstances. We have a human unforeseen circumstance like natural disasters, things like that. So when a situation like that comes, just write, use is a standard, exceptional circumstances. That's why if you must get out of scope, you have kind of during scope creep. If you are trying to go above your budget or above your timeline, we know all these things do exist, but we have a way to manage them, like using exceptional circumstances is acceptable. For instance, I know in Nigeria, all of a sudden, price of things starts going high. All of us witnessed the inflation in Nigeria, which is out of proportion. So does it mean that project is not going on? There's a lot of project initiated before this inflation started. So, but what the management want to understand, do you have the knowledge to manage? If you don't have the knowledge, you start panicking. But if you have the knowledge, you apply, use a special circumstances document, which is part of project management documentation. Like if you ask, like when you say PMO officers, they will be there to provide you with some of this documentation. If they are not there, you as a project manager, you should know about situation like this. So have I captured or answered your question?
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right.
Good evening, sir. I have a question.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for the class. It was quite insightful. Okay, my question is, for someone who has an experience as a quality assurance or a quality manager in a food organization and collaborated with a team to actually develop a new product, what professional career can the person build on in
As a
project
quality
management?
assurance?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, quality assurance is a business, is a subset of business analysts that carved out of business analysts. As a business analyst, you can be a quality assurance. So, with being within food organization, a quality assurance can be anywhere. So it mustn't be within food or any like business analyst. You can work anywhere. A quality assurance can work anywhere. All you need to do is to make sure there is quality in everything. When we talk about products, even food, when you let's say food industry, or let's just use cooking because you said food industry. Before you start cooking, there is standard. You need to check, like all these chef competition we watch, there's standard. The quality of salt, the quality of oil, the quantity. So you have to make sure that everything is within the quantity and the quality. So that's what we are looking at, to make sure that everything, if there is a defined criteria, you must follow the defined criteria. So what you are doing, you don't just come with your head and say this is the way it's going to be. You as a quality assurance person, you must have, before a project starts, you must have a defined criteria. We call it acceptable criteria, acceptance criteria. You must have it before a project starts. And when the project starts, is that criteria that you said, that is the standard. That's what you'll be going to be using. If you want to build career on quality assurance, you're already a quality assurance, you become a project manager. Sorry, you become a business analyst. Or you can even go further to become a project manager. So all these are, you can see all these career, this thing I listed, these are areas you need to build on top of. So as the quality assurance is part of project, you just become a senior quality assurance, or you become a senior business analyst, or you can even grow to become a full-fledged project manager.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
I would like to know what's the difference between agile project management
So,
and
well,
other.
hold on. Before you talk, I will pick you. Just don't talk. Raise your hands.
Okay.
Because we don't have once it's half 8, this class will be over. So, and I'll be picking from this list based on who raises hand. So once it's so you can continue because you've started.
Okay. All right. So I was saying that I would like to know the difference between agile project management and other forms of project management.
Please, if you are not talking, our informal grace here, I will throw you out of this class.
Informa.
She's gone. That's the example I want to give. So you can continue.
Okay, sir. I was saying that I would like to know the major difference between agile project management and other forms of project management.
Agile project management is project in a complex environment. So it's managing projects in a complex environment. Complex environment means you don't know the outcome of how the product you are trying to develop is going to be. It's so difficult. So that is complex environment. And we use iterative method. We break it down. I will continue to produce something of small quantity to add it to the rest of the product over time. So that is the difference. But in waterfall is so rigid that once it's planned, it cannot be changed. But agile environment, just like the way the word say, agile is very flexible. It can be changed anytime. When the market trend is changing, if you are managing project in agile environment, the trend can change as well. And this is what the world is driving at. Every company is now working hard to migrate to agile. Agile, started becoming so prominent when we have a full course. We have a full topic on agile, which is coming. But because you've raised this, let me just give a brief explanation. Agile started becoming prominent when Apple started using agile to develop iPhone. They started using Apple, they will develop the first one, they will call it iPhone 1, and they'll send it to the market. People will like it, they will ask people to give feedback. People will give feedback, they will come back and develop iPhone 2. And then, before then, we'll have a company called Nokia. Nokia has been the giant. Nokia use waterfall. Nokia doesn't do version 1 or iPhone 2 or 4. They will just produce anything they want and send to the market, and everybody will take it because we don't have choice. But agile, like what Apple did, Apple will listen to the customers. So agile try to listen to customers and produce what the customers want. They give customers what customers want through review. You see so many companies now, they'll try to capture review. Everything they do, they ask you to give review. That is agile in progress. And Facebook is a very good example of agile product. When Facebook started, people don't know that Facebook is going to be this. That Facebook will just tell people to give them review. What features do you want in Facebook? Everybody will say, we want group, give us group. The next time you see Facebook will add a group. I say Facebook group. Facebook will say, you give us page, they will produce page and put in Facebook. The next thing, give us marketplace, they'll produce marketplace. Now people are saying, give us bank. The next thing now you see, Facebook will integrate a banking system within Facebook. And it's not Facebook that is doing all this, it's we that are demanding all this. And that is agile in progress. So let us not go, because if we go into agile, we are not leaving here by 12 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. God bless.
Yeah. So I'm picking on Chidinma Sophia very fast because time is clocking. Okay, this month, as Chidinma is not here this month, okay, this month is not here. We have Bridget Ugu.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the lesson today. I see that we have different subfields in project management, and it's all encompassing. So my question is, will this program that we have enrolled for, will it look into every single field that you have discussed today, so that we'll now have the option of choosing on a particular one that we want to specialize in?
We're not
Because
teaching
I see
about
that it will not be
this
possible. Okay.
particular module called project management is not about project manager. Are you getting me? We are not teaching about project manager. We are teaching about project management, where all these people listed can benefit from this particular course. So anybody, any of this role, well, by the time we finish this course, you can become a project coordinator, project planner, and PMO officer. I specifically said except business analyst because we have another course for business analysis, if you are listening. And I said that business analysis is combined with quality assurance. So if we finish project management and then finish business analysis, then all these roles listed here, you should be able to apply to any of them comfortably.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So the next person here after Bridget is we'll have Bubu's Reality TV. Okay, Bubu's Reality TV is not here. We'll have Esther Wanfo.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you for the class. My question is, project management and product management, they seem kind of similar with the explanations I got today, and it's really kind of confusing because product management also use Scrum too, and they also use Kanban. So please, what is the major difference now between product management and project management? Thank you,
Project
sir.
management is managing a project, and product management is when you are developing a a product management is inside project management. So product management is just a small part of project management, and product management mainly we use product. Let me tell you what is product. What is product? We'll start from there. A product in IT industry is what we call solution. So they are products. And the products here, I'll give you an example of a product. Facebook is a product. Twitter is a product. Instagram is a product. Zoom is a product. Microsoft Team is a product. All these things are products. So when you are developing these products, you develop this product using a project. So when you're talking about product management, is how the product managers design the product. You know, understand what the product manager is just like a business analyst or a product owner. So don't get confused. A procedure in market, they use different terminologies, but know that product management is just agile way of producing a product, which is you must have to do that through project management. So as a product manager, you are just a product owner or you are just a business analyst. Are you getting it now?
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much. I understand
Okay.
now.
Linda Norom.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for training. Please, my question is this. Are there available certifications? Career roles?
If you have watched our first, it means you don't watch we are not part of the induction meeting, and you didn't care to watch induction meeting, because during the induction meeting it was clearly categorized that where I was navigating around the course portal, there is a section for certificate where we say that once we reach 100%, when you handle all the modules, all the courses, all the lessons, by the time you finish all the lessons, you have 100% within your certificate, and you can download your certificate. Is that not what I said, people?
That's what you said, sir.
That
was what you said, sir.
Okay.
You said it.
Okay. We have Ezenye Modest, and time is ticking.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Please, sir, my question is, as a business analyst in a project management, is it his or her responsibility to gather the data? Or there is another person that will gather the data, like data entry, and give to the data analyst to analyze?
No, data analyst, as a business analyst, is their duty to capture requirements. And requirement is data. We call it requirement gathering or data gathering, data collection. So it's the duty of business analyst. There's nothing like data entry. Data entry is just somebody that imputes data into a system. That is not data gathering. So data gathering or data, we call it don't use the word data gathering. We use data collection and requirement gathering or requirement elicitation. But we are yet to get there. So don't drag us into area that we are not there yet. They will have a full-time talk about business analysis.
Okay, so thank you.
And the last person I'm going to take tonight is Christabel. After Christabel, we'll call it a night.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the class. Quite educating and thorough. So I have two questions. One is a personal, a bit personal, because the link to the portal. And when I click
don't bring personal issue here, you know where to address it. I don't combine issues. So talk about it.
A quick question.
Talk about this particular, so you can go to the the platform and make your complaint there, because I will not be able to do anything here.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that. So my question is on, you said something about project management and project manager. I'm just finding out from this course that there are I'm aware that there are so many things lumped up into project management. Then my question is, based on all these things that you have taught us today, where do the tools come in? I don't know if this class will still or is it like an overview of everything we are supposed to know in project management? Like someone asked something about Scrum, and then analysts, quality analyst managers, quality assurance managers, business analysts. So how do all these people come in tools? Because I've had a Scrum course one time and another project management course. The tools don't align. So now you're bringing everything together. And my
So
question,
which tools have we said anything about tools here?
no, sir, I'm just asking, how do they come together? How
So
do
when
they?
we get to the tools in project management, we ask question about tools.
Okay.
So how can we start talking about, how can I answer your question? We've not said anything about tools, and we just want to jump in to start talking about tools in project management.
Okay, maybe the word tools is not the right word. I'm talking about.
Hang on. It's very important as a professional you use the right terminologies.
Okay, yeah. What I mean is how they now come together in one platform. You know how they come together in one platform, or will I say in one task? Because from what you have listed here, you said that the quality assurance, the business analyst, the project manager, they are all part of project management. I don't know if you can expatiate that a
Yes,
little
because
bit.
I said it already. If you are listening very well, I said in a project management, we have different roles. Didn't you say that, people?
Yes,
Yes,
we say
they
we
said
have different roles.
project management.
All these roles come together in a project. Everybody will be doing their own. I said we call it cross-functional team, where we bring different professionals. Some people will be capturing requirements. I even use the boss, where the project manager will be driving the bus. The business analyst will be the conductor, trying to collect money, trying to talk to passengers, trying to, these are how everything works. But everything is within a project. A project is a container. It carries a lot of different professionals. The quality assurance will be making sure that everybody is delivering according to standard. The PMO will be making sure that everybody is using the right tools, the right documentation, the right templates. And the project manager will be making sure that everybody is delivering their deliverable on time and on budget. I'm asking everybody, why have you not done your work? Your work is overdue in a project. Is that not what I said, people?
Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we are bringing this class tonight to the end. So if you still have any challenges understanding what project management, this is just introduction. This is a 2-week course. So there is a lot in project management alone. It's going to take us 2 weeks, and business analysis is going to take us 2 weeks. And then the 3 weeks is to do the practical where you are going. So this is just the beginning. You cannot learn everything about project management in 1 hour.
Yeah, what I wanted to ask, someone just said it in the comment section that the course is unlocked. I thought it was a personal issue. When you click on the portal, the course is unlocked. That was my initial question, but you said I shouldn't ask it here.
The course is unlocked.
Yes, it will ask you to purchase it. You can't, like you talked about the modules. You said when someone asked about the certificate, you said we have to complete the modules on the portal before we get to certificate. But on the portal, the course, I can't access it. Let me speak for myself. And someone else asked it here.
We have been talking about these people that cannot access their courses. Have we not said something about this? Where did you come from? When did you join, Christabel?
I joined from the very beginning.
So are you not following the activities of the class? Are you not following on what is going on? Didn't you fill Google form?
I filled Google form.
So what is your problem again?
That's why, anyway, you said I should be addressed differently.
This issue have been addressed already.
It's still under lock. If you click on
said he will
and I said I made oh my God. I said that we've captured the requirement. We are going to look this into over the weekend. Is it not what we said, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what he said, sir.
Okay, sir.
All right. No worries. Anyway, thank you for asking, and this should not stop you from feeling free to ask your question next time. Okay,
sir.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
okay. Thank you for
right.
joining, and see you tomorrow the same
All
time.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Good night,
All
sir.
right. All right. Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good night.
God bless
Bye.
you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yeah,
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful night rest.
Good night,
thank
sir.
you, sir.
Yes.
Good night,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good night, sir. Bye, sir.
Don't mind the quiz student asking questions.
Good night, sir.
No worries. Question is part of the class.
Sir Charles, thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Please,
you.
I joined
Thank
late. I
you,
don't know
sir.
if I getting this lecture
Thank
by
you.
tomorrow morning. Is it possible, sir?
I'll try my best.
Sir.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you very much, sir.
Glory, I'm today.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Charles. Bye. See you next class.
All
Bye.
right. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Charles.
Bye.
Thank you.
House. Good night.
Those of you
Good
that can
night.
collect your feedback from
Thank
Tinubu,
you.
feedback from
Thank
Tinubu.
you.
Good night,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Charles. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.